Welcome to episode 81 of In Touch with iOS, a podcast that talks about iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, Apple TV, and related technologies plus tips, apps, and gear. I'm your host, Dave Ginsburg, and my co-host, Warren Sklar, is back. How you doing, Warren?
Hey, sorry about that. I'm good. I'm looking at my notes and I'm trying to do two things at once. I'm good. A little jealous still, looking at the list of
Jealous?
looking at the just list of things.
How could you be jealous?
Because I love I love technology.
There wasn't anything going on last week.
I love technology. I love Vegas, and I love toys.
Yes.
So I mean, it
was a trifecta.
Yes.
Yes, I was at CES, my very first CES, which I'm very proud of. And we are going to talk. I'm going to go to talk a lot about the show. I'm going to talk about some of the cool things that I found, and we got some news, and we may even sneak in a few tips and apps here as well, depending on time where we're at. But yeah, let's just go right into it. And the show was great, and I'm gonna go into depth of what happened at the show, and then we'll go into the topics. But we have some news, and I have two news stories, so I might as well go right into those, and that will be a good start here. What do you say? The first thing was actually there was a announcement at CES. It was at an event that I attended at the Mirage Hotel. It was from the Bluetooth Special Interest Group, Bluetooth SIG. I guess they're the standard for Bluetooth technology. And they unveiled a new way of audio on Bluetooth called LE Audio. And LE Audio, what it will do is it'll enhance Bluetooth audio performance and add incredibly better support for hearing aids, which always has been a big challenge, and introduced audio sharing. And just to kind of narrow it down, we'll definitely have a link in the show notes for the resource information about this. I don't want to get too much deep detail, but basically what audio sharing is going to be is, and we've already pretty much had it before, was the fact that the AirPods Pro or the AirPods, you were able to now share two sets of AirPods on one device, on an iPhone or an iPad, right, Edward?
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, but that's I got my new pair and my old pair, so next time I go flying, I'm gonna try it with my wife so we can watch something together.
Yeah, so it does work. I've tried it, and but the additional thing, what they did with this new technology, now they are separating the left and the right channels from the audio source. That wasn't before how it was. It would be in one. It would be on one channel together. Now with the new technology with the Bluetooth, it's not going to be on the left and right, which is pretty awesome. So I was pretty impressed with this. If you want to get real geeky and go into a little more of the details on this, it's really a good read. As I said, multi-stream audio is what it really is for performance on earbuds. Here, Bluetooth hearing aids will now will actually be specific Bluetooth hearing aids for the hearing impaired, which never had that before. It was always a challenge to get that to work. So, to take a look at that article, and we'll have that in the show notes. Did you have anything else to add about this Bluetooth technology?
No, just that it needs to be improved. As good as as it is, it's still not great. So any improvement they can make is good. Just with the hearing aids thing, even with the AirPods, the last gen and most of the new gen that I have now, with the transparency, you could almost tell that that's what they're going towards, because that transparency is basically taking the ambient noise and amplifying it into your ear, which is basically what hearing aids do. So they're I'm sure Apple will be all over this, as they're all about the accessibility features in their systems.
Absolutely. And then let's just move on to our last story in the news. Apple did launch a replacement program for the battery case. And that would cover the XS, XS Max, and the XR. Apparently, there were some problems with the battery cases. People were experiencing charging issues. It would not charge, it would be intermittent, it wouldn't plug into power, a lot of problems. So they said this is a link in the show notes for Mac Rumors. any cases that were manufactured from January of 2019 to October of 2019 were affected. It's not a safety issue or anything like that. It's just your battery case should be replaced, and you should get on there and take a look at the link and recommend replacing it. Did you have anything to add on that?
Nope. Good.
So that was the news. Let's go right into the CES 2020 coverage here. So I'm telling you, this was my first time, so I kind of give you a little bit of my experience. Great thing was I got to hang out with Dave Hamilton, John F. Braun from Mac Geek Gab, Chuck Joyner from Mac Voices, Allison Sheridan, and Steve Sheridan from the Silicast. Norbert was also with us. That he helped out Chuck, and boy, he was a great guide for him. So we got just an absolute great time. Victor Cayo actually met us for dinner, which was great. Saw some other old podcasting friends, and I got to meet a lot of people too. And that's the great thing about CES, including people like Leo Laporte and the Gizwiz, Dick DiBartolo, and Shannon Morris, and Tom Merritt, and Sarah Lane. Lots of other great people in the podcast world were there. So I got to meet them for the first time, which was a lot of fun. One of the things was I was not able to get a badge for media right away, but the great thing was, I won't go into any details with other than the fact that I was able to go apply and get my media badge, which was great. So I was assured to be able to have access to all the media, coverage, so it would help you guys. The show was broken down by 3 media events, which is CES Unveiled, and then you had Showstoppers, and you had PepCom, and that's what was great about some of these parts of the show. And of course, the main show floor is out at the Las Vegas Convention Center with the 3 different halls. My feet are really sore. Got a blister on my toe, and it's a lot of walking, and you will not see anywhere near as much as what is out there. I mean, I'd be lucky if I saw a quarter of the entire show. So I could tell you what, Warren, that the one part you will miss is all the walking.
Yeah, I mean, I've walked Vegas plenty of times,
and
so
right?
Vegas is, and too, is to go from one casino to another casino is not a 5-minute thing. It's like a 25-minute thing. Between going over bridges and going over roads, and then you walk into a casino, and then you're about 15 minutes. We stayed at the MGM. The first time we ever went to Vegas, my wife and I stayed at MGM just real fast, and it took us about a half hour to get to our room once we got inside the MGM, just to get to a room. So because it's huge, the MGM is just huge.
It's one of the biggest hotels down there, like something like 650,000 rooms.
So we decided we were
some absurd amount.
We never stayed there again and then we're like, we're not staying at Caesars. We did that once. So we try to stay at some of the smaller ones because just the walking is crazy. But
ironically, I did stay in an MGM property, but I stayed at the MGM Signature, which are those 3 towers behind the MGM Grand. And I was able to get a nice condo through Airbnb, and it was actually very convenient. It wasn't I didn't have anywhere near as many problems walking, because all I had to do is walk through the walkway they provided between the building and the MGM Grand, and the Las Vegas monorail is right there. There's a stop at the MGM Grand. So
the monorail goes from.
So I was able to
the MGM. I remember when they were building that area. We took the monorail and we saw the area they were building.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I'm not very jealous.
So,
I think we're going back in my son's spring break. So April and May, my wife is going to go back. We're going to go back for a few days. So
yeah. Well, one of these days, you and I are going to go hook up with each other, and we're going to meet each other in person for the first time, so that we can go to Vegas, because that's the first place I like to see. So
as fun as Woodstock, Illinois sounds, I think I'd rather meet you in Vegas.
Well, you have to. There's no excuse. You're going to MacStock.
I think my wife will allow that.
I already got I pretty much got commitments, and all the folks that I just mentioned are going to be at MacStock.
Yeah,
so
Vegas is a hard sell for my wife, but Woodstock, Chicago or Illinois might be okay. So
Chicago in the summer, come on, I can't beat it. It'll be nice weather here.
Let's do it.
So. So one of the cool things I was able to do is I brought my little audio recorder with me, my Zoom H6, and had my microphone, and I walked the different events. Started off at CES Unveiled, and I also went to the and those the CES Unveiled was at Mandalay Bay, and then I went to PepCom, which was at the Mirage, and then they had Showstoppers, which was at the Wynn. So 3 different events, and then the show itself started on the Tuesday, and then it went all the way throughout the week. I stayed only through Wednesday, so but plenty for me because we got a lot of coverage going on here. So, but what I was able to do is I'm going to include 5 interviews that I was able to talk to a couple of the vendors that caught my eye, and the first one is Sketchboard Pro. Have you heard of this before, Warren?
No, I went to the link that you sent, and it looks great if you're artistic. I am not, but
Well,
I don't even have the pencil yet, but it looks good.
And it was deceiving to me too. And you're going to hear the interview in just a minute. His name is JJ. He's the one that actually created this device. It's not what you think it is. It's a board that has a handle on it, just like it would like an artist does with a board with the paint on it, right? So it's got the grip at the top. But what it is, it's a stand. You put your iPad into this stand, and it lays flat, and you can put it on your lap, or you can put it in your hand, and you're just working on sketches through artists. But why do I need to give you the description of this one? You can listen to this interview now with JJ from Sketchboard Pro, and he'll tell you all about it. This is Intouchable iOS, and I'm live at CES. We're at the Palazzo. We were invited to one of the rooms up on the 50th floor. It was pretty cool, and I have with me JJ from Sketchboard Pro. How are you doing, JJ?
I'm great, thanks.
So I understand this is a sketching product, and what exactly does it do, as far as on the iPad?
Basically, it's different from any other iPad stand on the market right now. It allows the iPad to be embedded into the stand so that it creates a completely flat surface all the way around the edges of the screen and creates an area where you can rest your arms and your hands while you're drawing. It allows you to be more comfortable while you're drawing, basically, and utilize the entire canvas.
And yeah, because I noticed it has kind of like a different view to the iPad than I've normally seen. You have both a 11-inch and there's a 12.9-inch, right?
That's right.
And how does that actually work as far as what you put? Do you put something on the iPad, or do you just have a screen protector on there?
These iPads right here have screen protectors on them from another company called Paperlike, which we really like. What it basically does is it makes it so that it doesn't feel like you're walking on ice, basically, when you're drawing. Gives the screen a little bit of a tooth that feels more like paper. And so their product is actually very complementary to ours because ours takes the edges of the iPad and makes it even more like paper, since we now have a very smooth transitional surface that you can draw across and, like I said, rest your arms on while you're drawing. And you can now mount your iPad with the Sketchboard Pro to an easel and paint. You can draw in portrait orientation or landscape orientation.
And this is a specific app that you install on the iPad, right? As far as, or is it something different?
Oh, for drawing, you can use any app. Ours is just the hardware piece, just the accessory.
I'm sorry. I forgot this is hardware. So the hardware is actually, it's a nice holder that this is plastic, I assume, right?
It's a combination case. It has magnets in it that lock your iPad in place so you don't go toting around town and drop it out. And then it has legs that stand it up. So it basically creates a workstation for an artist or a graphic designer, photographers, where you would normally work on a Cintiq, Wacom Cintiq at a desktop. Okay. Now you're able to instead use your iPad at a desktop, which we're finding more and more artists are navigating away from Wacom and the desktop because they're able to be free with this thing. They can take it anywhere, especially with Adobe launching full version Photoshop on the iPad. It's making it a lot more attractive to the rest of the market. So people are kind of flocking to these more and more. And so what Sketchboard Pro does is it creates this kind of all-in-one workstation that we've designed it to look and emulate the classic art boards that anyone who took an art class would recognize. You can tote it around like that.
With a nice handle, yeah.
Yeah, it's got a place to hold your Apple Pencil. And like I said, there's legs on the back that help it stand in portrait orientation or landscape orientation, and it's support for right-handed or left-handed.
Excellent. I'm left-handed, so that's important.
Great.
And how many iPads does it support as far as?
We currently support 28 models of iPad, and we're future-proofed so that as new ones come out, we can release little adapters that help that.
I see there is some adapters in there. That's the adapter it's in there now. So you have different adapters for each.
That's right.
As you pop it in there.
Yeah, we're calling it the cradle. So when you do order one, you're able to select what size of iPad you currently have. And then if you upgrade, in a few months or whenever they release a new one, you change size, you can just buy the centerpiece and pop it back in.
Okay. All right. And you said when is the availability of this?
So we're in pre-order right now. Pre-orders will start shipping in March 2020, and then we hit retail availability in April 2020.
Okay, great. So it's coming up soon. And how do we find out more about this product?
At sketchboardpro.com.
All right, great. I appreciate you coming on the show, and we'll definitely take a look at this and hopefully get some folks be purchase some of this product. JJ, I appreciate you coming on the show.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Folks, this is In Touch with iOS, and we're live at CES. Okay, thanks, and we're back, and that was a great interview with JJ, and I really enjoyed that. That was actually located, as I mentioned, at the Palazzo Hotel. We were up on the 50th floor of the hotel in a suite, and was able to interview a couple folks in there. And these are all startups, so that was very cool. Second interview I have with a company, and you're familiar with this, right, Warren? Is MyCharge, right?
Yeah, I did a review on one of their older products that I still have, which is basically it's a portable wireless charger, is what it is, and I still use it. So they have good stuff.
This is a very cool device. It charges 75% faster with their new device called the Hub Turbo. They were kind enough to talk to me about that. Let's go ahead and talk to them now. Here's my interview with Laura from MyCharge. This is In Touch with iOS. I'm at the Showstoppers conference from CES, and I'm here with Laura from MyCharge. How you doing, Laura?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. Thanks for being on the show. I wanted to talk to you about the new MyCharge product. I was not familiar with this product before. Kind of tell us about it.
Absolutely. So our Hub series has always been a favorite of MyCharge customers because it's the all-in-one charging solution. You have your built-in cables, so when you need to recharge your device, you're not looking for a cable, or if you're at the airport and you forgot your cable at home, you don't have to buy a new one and waste money. And you also have your built-in wall prongs on the charger, so when you need to recharge the charger, you're not looking for that cable and adapter. You just fold out the wall prongs, plug it into the wall, it's ready to go when you are. And you always know where to find it, because it's not lost in the junk drawer or under a car seat or something. It's plugged into the wall.
I mean, I carry like all kinds of battery packs with me all the time. This thing is awesome.
And then you're like, wait, what cord goes to what? So with the Hub Turbo, what's super unique about this line, and we have a 6700 milliamp and a 10,000 milliamp. What's unique is that it is the only charger on the market that has Qualcomm Quick Charge for Android devices and power delivery for Apple devices in one charger. Any other company, you'd have to buy two separate chargers. Nobody else combines them. So what that means is you're getting the maximum 18-watt output, and so you can charge the new iPhone 11, the Samsung S10, your iPad Pro from 0 to 50 in just 30 minutes. And even though these batteries are 6,700 and 10,000 milliamps, when you plug them into the wall, they're recharged in 3 hours. So they're ready to go quickly. And you've got pass-through charging. So if you plug this into the wall and plug your device into the cable, both are charging at the same time.
That's awesome. I think you got me sold already.
Yeah, it's a fantastic, it's literally anything you could possibly need. And there's an extra USB port, so you can plug in a third device if you need to.
I'm telling you, you really already got me sold already on it. Yeah.
Best Buy and Amazon, they're available now. $79.99 for the 6,700 milliamp, $99.99 for the 10,000 milliamp. So with everything that you're getting, it's an amazing price point.
Yeah, no, it sounds really good. Well, Laura, appreciate you coming on the show, and I will definitely be recommending this to all the listeners here.
Thank you so much for coming by.
Okay, we're back, and that was great information, and so glad I was able to talk to those folks. Great product. And the next product I found, which really interested me, is from Anker. I absolutely love Anker. I think they make some great products. And they came out with a new device called the iPhone LED Flash. I was able to interview the folks at Anchor and look at all their other products and drool over it, and this was one of them. And let's go ahead and listen to this interview. I interviewed Aaron from Anchor, and here it is now. This is In Touch with iOS from Digital Experience at PepCom for CES, and I'm here with Aaron from Anchor. How you doing, Aaron?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of the products that Anchor has. I noticed the new light that goes for the iPhone. Tell me a little bit about it.
Sure. Well, this is actually the very first M5 made for iPhone certified external flash for iPhone 11, which we were able to create. It connects with the iPhone's camera app natively, so it's just plug and play. All you have to do is put it in, and it will flash automatically for your photos, and there's also a persistent mode as well if you need to leave that light on. It comes with a diffuser as well in case you need to temper the light a little bit.
I have the LumaCube, and it looks similar, but I mean, you guys obviously you got it integrated with the camera app. That's pretty awesome.
That's right. That's the advantage of this product is it's fully certified to work with the iPhone and its native apps as well. It works with third-party apps as well as the standard camera app.
That's great. And so it plugs right into the Lightning port, I see. And you said there's any mounts or any other extra mounts that you can get with it beyond that? How does it mount when you...
There are no... There's no included mount yet, but it does have a standard mount screw on the bottom. So any kind of tripod or any other camera equipment that you have, it'll be able to integrate with that.
Okay, that's right. So you just use a tripod or a stand as a photography. That's great. That's great. And how much is it going to cost, and when is it going to be available?
It's going to be available very soon, within the next week or two, and it's going to be $49.99 on Amazon.
All right, great. That's a great deal. Appreciate it, Aaron. And we'll be back with more from the show. Okay, we're back, and again, I got another interview here. We wanted to talk about this product. This product was from Mophie, and I kept forgetting that Mophie got bought out by Zag, and I assume you remember that, Warren, right?
I figured that out when I went to Zag's website to try to get a replacement for one of my screen protectors. But yeah, that's how I figured that out.
Yeah. And so there was a new product there called the Mophie Powerstation Go Power Bank. It's basically, I'm just blown away about this. This is a power bank that not only wirelessly charges your phone, it also jump starts your car. So 44,000 milliwatts of power. But I don't need to tell you more. Let's go to the interview, and he'll tell you all about it. This is In Touch with iOS, and I'm at PepCom at CES, and I'm going to talk to Alan from Zag, also from Mophie. How are you doing, Alan?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing well. So tell me a little bit about some of the new products you got with Mophie.
Sure. So today we announced our Powerstation Go. If you're familiar with our Powerstations, we're number one in the category. So today we actually announced a Powerstation that is yet even more powerful than ever. It's powerful enough to be able to jumpstart your car. Wow. So the days of you having to look for someone in the parking lot to help you jumpstart your car, those days are over. So it's powerful enough to jumpstart your car, obviously. So it's got a 44,400 milliwatt hour battery. So all you have to, it includes the jumper cable. So the solution is, it'll work right out of the box. And it also includes 2 USB-A ports, so if you want to charge an iPhone or an iPad, that'll work for that. It also has a wireless pad as well on top. So it'll Qi charging, correct. It'll support anything that's Qi compatible. It also has a AC outlet. Yeah, so it's up to. Yeah, this is the ultimate all-in-one power station. So up to 65 watts, and also for the purpose of this is to kind of keep it in your car, right? So it also has a light, flashlight. I won't turn it on. I'll turn it down. It's actually pretty bright. So yeah, this is the perfect solution for any vehicle.
That's great. And you said when is it going to be out on the market?
So this will be available on January 9th.
Oh, wow.
At
like next week?
a couple days from now.
And what's the cost?
The price point is $159.95.
That's actually a steal. That's really a great deal.
And it's available at mophie.com.
Okay.
Or HSN actually.
Okay.
So yeah.
Does Mophie have anything else that's been standing out? You got the same cases. Like I said,
Cases that supports iPhones. We also have tons of batteries now that support power delivery. So I don't know if you guys are familiar, but iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max now actually has a PD wall adapter that's included in the box. So up to 18 watts. So if you want that same experience in a portable battery form factor, we have tons of batteries that will support that. So those you can get a 30 you can get 50% charge in 30 minutes. Okay. So those are significantly faster than your standard 5-watt wall adapter. That's great. Yep.
And anything else? I see that other power adapter there. Is that something else we got there?
So we also have wireless charging.
Okay.
So wireless charging, is something that we are also a leader in. Mm-hmm. We have 4 different form factors. We have the single pad. We also have a stand that folds up, so great for your desk. We have a dual pad that can charge 2 devices at the same time, and it also has a USB-A port in the back. So if you want to charge, let's say, an AirPod, an iPhone, and then your Apple Watch, that'll work. And we also have our 3-in-1 solution, which is the one you see back there.
Yeah. The pad that Apple actually wanted to create, I think at one point. It looks kind of like that.
Yeah, it's a great solution for us. So on the right is a spot for your phone. There's actually a little cavity, I don't know if you can see, in front of the Apple Puck. It's for your AirPods, and then also that is for your Apple Watch.
Okay, yeah, we're back, and that was a great information about that device. Let's go on and move on to the next. And this is the last interview I have for this show, and this was through a company called Air Selfie. Were you familiar with these guys, Warren?
Not with them particularly. I've seen drone-like things that kind of do what they do, but I haven't seen them particularly.
Yeah. This was a cool little device. It's about the size of your hand, and they demonstrated it for us. And it basically follows you and takes pictures. So there's a 12 megapixel camera in there. Let's go ahead and listen to this interview right now, and they tell us all about the AirPix. Hi, this is In Touch with iOS. I'm on the CES floor here, and I'm here talking to Greg from Air Selfie. How you doing, Greg?
Very good, very good. How are you, David?
Tell us all about what the Air Selfie is and what it does.
Yes, Air Selfie is a company that's creating a category called aerial camera, and what we're doing is we're extending your arm. So the selfie business is just exploding, right? 100 million selfies a day, 500 million stories. TikTok's becoming amazingly popular, and it's all about pictures and video. But you can do that with a smartphone, but only from the distance of your arm, or if you're a group, somebody's got to step out of the group and take that shot or take that video. So Air Selfie's creating products that will address that and allow customers to extend their arm and basically put a product in the air, an aerial camera, and take pictures and video at high resolution, 12 megapixel video, or 1080p video, 12 megapixel images.
I saw you do the demo and your counterpart, and yeah, it's pretty amazing how it controlled just by your hands and where it goes.
Yeah. So this year, that's one thing we've done. This is our 3rd generation product. Our other generation products we are controlling with the smartphone, which is still a very much the way people like to use it. But now we've given them auto fly features, so they can take the product out of their hand, turn it on, give it a couple inputs, and it will fly out of your hand and take a picture and come back, or fly out of your hand and allow you to control it with the simple gestures of your hands and then come back. If it loses your face, and what we're using facial recognition and AI, if it loses a face, it'll just slowly drop to the ground. But it does give you that other option. We've tested it with millennials and Gen Z. They love the idea of not actually having to run it with your smartphone.
Now, what kind of distance is it that can go from you before it loses its connection?
So when we're flying it connected to a smartphone, it can go 60 feet, right? 60 feet all around us. We're really concentrating on, I would say, more 20 feet, right? We're not the product that you're going to go fly across the lake and take a shot of. So it's more personal. It's about people. In our auto fly modes, we're really working about 6 feet. So we'll track the face at about 6 feet. I don't know if you saw in the demo, but if Mark was to walk around, or any of us were to walk around, it would follow us. It's not fast enough to be on a skateboard and follow us, but it does what it's doing is always framing up the shot. That's what we're always looking for, frame up the shot.
Great. And so as far as the product goes, what's availability? And
Sure. Pix Plus is starting to ship now. It's on pre-order on our website, and you'll see it at retailers across the globe. We've sold product in 105 countries, so you'll see product available across the globe. We also introduced 2 new products, one called an AirPix Plus, which just takes that experience to the next level, but gives you a manual gimbal that allows you to take the bird's eye, so the overhead shot or zenith shot. People are really excited about that. And then another product called Duo that has 2 cameras, again allowing you to take a parallel path shot and an overhead shot.
And what's the cost? And
Sure. So we start at $99.95 as our retail. We have battery packs for each of those, so they're $40. We go up to Pix Plus at $179.95, and then Duos at $229.95.
and what's your website where we can find this?
Thank you. AirSelfieCamera.com. AirSelfieCamera.com.
Great. I appreciate you coming on the show. And this is In Touch with iOS. We're at CES, and we'll be bringing more stuff soon. Thanks.
Okay, and we're back, and then that was those were some great interviews I was able to grab for some of these folks, so I was real pleased to do that. So let's talk a little bit about some of the other products that I came across, and one of them was I found very interesting was the Moxie shower head. Have you seen this before?
I saw it after, obviously, after the news was out about it, and I think this is one of the things on the list that I want. So when it's out, I'm gonna get it.
I heard a lot of people grumbling about the fact that, God, I have to take the speaker out every time. What a pain in the butt. And why would I want to do this? And and a lot of people seem to kind of think it's a little bit really ridiculous, but I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, the shower head itself is maintained on its own. And we have a link in the show notes from an article from the Verge. The speaker just pulls out, and whenever you have to charge it, just USB charging, charge it back up, and then, it's going to last a fair amount of time. And the other cool thing is you're going to be able to get there's 2 choices as the type of speaker you want. If you want one, just the standard Bluetooth, you can do that. I believe that's priced out at $99. And there's also one that you could add Alexa to, which I think, whoops, I shouldn't have said that name. The A lady, and she can be spoken to in your shower. So if you need to order shampoo, you can say, "Hey, order this." That's $159.
So at Kohler, when people were complaining about that they had to take the speaker out, did people want people to install power in their shower to get it to charge?
Well, no, because there is no power. Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't put electricity in your shower, for crying out loud.
I know. I'm sure the people at Kohler are rolling their eyes back, saying, "All right, yes, we put a speaker in there, but yes, we cannot charge it in the shower. I'm sorry, but laws prohibit that, and get over it."
Yeah, exactly. So crazy. Next item I came across was through Scosche. Were you familiar with Scosche?
Yeah, they're big on car mounts for the most part.
Right.
You see them all over the place. So I think we have a couple of them too.
Yeah, they have a new modular system they just came out with called Base Link. LYN, so base BASELYNX, and it's a modular charging system, and it was really cool. I mean, they had a couch set up where you actually could lay this thing down right next to where you're sitting, and there's 3 different types of modules that you can add, plus an end cap. And the one module is with stands that you can put your iPad in, and then one of them was a wireless charging base, and then the last one was an Apple Watch charger. And they all can lay in. You could buy them by modules, so you don't have to buy every single one of them. So, and the other cool thing was I was impressed the fact that the Apple Store sells it, which is surprising, and that's great that the Apple Store's Apple is actually wanting to sell these types of products. So, and you also go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say, good thing it's modular, because if the Apple Store sells it, it will be $1,000 for the entire thing if it wasn't. So.
That's right. And you can charge the AirPods, any wireless device, and it was pretty cool. So they had that device that I got to see, and we spoke to the rep there, and as well as Scosche has a thing called it's a Qi charging car mount, and it's called the Magic Grip. And what really intrigued me is the fact that it's a power Magic Grip, because it's got the Qi charging as soon as you put the phone into the grip, which is it's basically a holder for your phone in your car, but it's an electronic grip. So when you put the phone in, it's auto grip. These arms automatically open, and when you grab your phone, it automatically closes, and then when you grab your phone, it automatically opens back up again. So, so it's pretty cool, and it looks like actually Apple sells this too. I didn't even. Yeah, as soon as I click the link here, yeah, so they sell it as well. So of course we have links in the show notes for this stuff.
My wife and I have cheap versions of these because they've kind of been out for a little bit, and
Right.
I'm sure this is hopefully better because the cheaper versions they'll hold your phone in there, but they don't always want to open up to let them out, so you have to force them out sometimes, and then
Right.
sometimes you'll be driving, they open and close on their own, and it's nice in theory, but if they get this right, it's a good thing. So looking at that one
Absolutely.
too.
So Scotia, great vendor, great products. Definitely recommend those for sure. And then we're walking around. We got some other stuff. I mean, there's plenty of other things you could look at. I mean, TVs galore and 8K displays, which I don't talk much about that, but noticing that a lot of Chinese companies were very, very prominent, which is great. Gives competition to a lot of our products out there. And this one was interesting. This was a company actually out of Italy. And I thought Christmas was over. So when we walked up, we're like, okay, this is interesting. There's a Christmas tree with lights. What is this? Well, it's a company called Twinkly, and they have smart lights, but they're classy looking smart lights and they're all LED. So basically what you do is you put these lights onto your tree, but you now have an app that's on your iPhone that you can control, and you can set it to any of the variable types of lighting that's available, and the types of lights that you get. And it's not terribly expensive. So I was very impressed with this. I mean, what did you think of this?
Yeah, I'm looking at the pictures now. Yeah, I think this is on the list too. My friends and my family is super impressed when I say, "Hey, LED, turn on the tree." But
Yeah, and those are just HomeKit plugs.
yeah, that just turns on the lights on a tree. If I'm gonna outfit my tree next year with these bad boys and see what they say about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they look really cool. Actually, it looks like it actually do more than just a tree. You could do outside stuff.
Right.
Like on your house. Yeah, they have a few of them. You could do a couple of looks like things on the house. Do they dance around with music or anything like that, or is it?
They weren't playing any music, but they were showing different types of different types of lighting, the way they can run up and down and go all kinds of crazy. I saw plenty of other things that went to music. Like just going off on a sidetrack here, I remember seeing golf carts, the golf cart bag that holds the bags. They were playing music, and the song would both the bags would sync to the music. I was like, okay, why would I do that on a golf course?
They're moving back and forth and dancing the golf.
Yeah, they were basically dancing. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that okay. All right.
Yeah. So there was some, and then the other one I'll throw that in too. So we're talking about crazy stuff. Is two more crazy things. Is the suitcase that follows you. It was actually getting very annoying because the guy kept pushing the button and the suitcase would move and be coming at you. And it's like a Attack of the Killer Suitcase because it was all remote and it would move. And of course the party pleaser of the day that was at the show was from this company you might know, Charmin.
Yeah, I heard the story. I heard about the robot, and I think I want it.
Too bad it's not for sale. Because
Really?
we asked the guy. So basically what it was it's a robotic, little small robot that could be able to go into a room that has your stock of toilet paper, grab the roll, put it onto the robot, and bring it to you.
So I want to buy. I thought I was going to buy one. I guess
I don't think you're going to, because it was one of those party pleasers at CES.
And they also had something that detects if the bathroom stinks. Right, that was the other thing they.
I saw that as well. Yeah. There was some crazy things there as well. So,
Nice.
but let's get into some of the iPhone type of things that were great. Spec, everybody knows spec cases. They were kind enough to give me some demo cases of the older cases, but they came out with a new case called the Presidio 2 Armor Cloud. And what this is a actual armor technology, and they basically are calling it airbags finally for iPhones. And what they've done is they put little air pockets of bubbles that surround the entire edge of the case. So it does assist on impact for protection. So it's an internal piece that goes into that, and I have a link in the show notes on this, and it shows what happens at impact, the way the bubbles react when a phone is dropped. So pretty cool that Spec came out with this type of technology. This case should be out soon. I don't know the exact pricing as of yet, but it is going to be out very soon here. That was one of the cases. Another one that was great was a company called Grip to You. I don't know if you had heard of these guys before.
I have not. Nope.
Yeah, I didn't either. But pretty cool case. Got another link, of course, in the show notes. Their website actually is preventthedrop.com. And it has like a rubber strap that's on the back, and you actually can interchange the straps. They gave me a case to try out, a couple cases to try out, and the straps are different colors. You can interchange them, and which is nice. So then when you hold it, you got security on your hand, so it doesn't slip. But it also has a kickstand, so you can set the phone so it stands up for you. And it seems very durable, good quality case, and nice people, and seems like a cool company. So, and they've got cases for all the phones, for the iPhones as well as the Galaxy. It looks like here as well. And the other cool thing too is you can wirelessly charge with this case on, unlike a pop socket where you can't unless you get. I did see a case from OtterBox that they have those new pop sockets now that are recessed inside the case now, so you can wireless charge with a pop socket on those cases.
Did they have? And I was going to ask you about that too, because somebody else was talking. I think maybe the 9 to 5 Mac podcast. They have a wireless charger with kind of a hole in the middle of the charger.
Do they really? No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's like a donut charger. So basically, the pop socket would go in between
really?
and the charger and charge it up. Yeah,
but going to need to find that because the wife has a pop socket and that's all they want. They love their pop sockets.
I
have to check that out.
I want one too. I never got one because of the wireless charging. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we got to find a link for. If we find a link for that, we'll put that in the show notes for sure. But I did not see that. Again, like I said, you'd be lucky if you see a quarter of what there is at this show. But a lot of fun. And then if anybody's familiar with the company Aukey, Aukey, they are third-party chargers and such. I'm sure you've purchased their products before. I have, adapters and such. Cables. Yep.
Cables, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What they came out with is their series is called the Omnia series. Is comprised of some pocket GAN MacBook chargers. Actually, this one charger they have is 100 watts. That's the most I've ever seen. And you'll see a picture in the show notes how incredibly tiny it is. And it's going to charge a MacBook Pro and more, as well as your iPhone, your iPad, any device. So it's pretty cool. And this is a new series, so it hasn't been released as of yet. So they don't have any pricing as of yet as well. But they're anticipating it's going to be sometime in the spring of this year that it'll get released. But different chargers, and one of them was 100 watts, which is that's one I would buy. That's for sure. Anything you want to add to that?
Or more watts, more good. I just bought myself something from Zero Lemon for $60. It's a 115 watt charger daily thing. So gotta charge them all out. So it's all good. I found the pop socket hole thing, so I'm gonna send that.
Yeah, let's put that in the show notes and we'll have that in the show notes, and we'll share that with everybody. The next products I'm sure you've heard of is a company called Brydge. Brydge. I'm sure you know them, and they make absolutely awesome keyboards for iPads. And they have some new ones this year. There's a new model out. It's the Brydge Pro Plus. It's being it's ready for pre-order right now. The case has the keyboard has a built-in touchpad. Well, I'm sorry, trackpad. It's a trackpad, and it's a wireless keyboard as well. And it makes your iPad just look just like like a laptop, really. The pricing starting out around $229, so it's a little pricey. So you have to really need to want a keyboard like this in order to get this. And it comes in two versions. I'm sorry, it's $229 for the 12.9 inch, and it's $199.99 for the 11 inch iPad Pros. That's what these models have, and very slick space gray, so it matches the color nicely with your iPad, and multi-touch trackpad, different viewing angles, 0 to 180 degrees, backlit keys, which is huge, which is great, and Bluetooth. It's got the latest, greatest Bluetooth, which is 4.1, and that also is included as well. But you said you had one of these, or you've used them, or not this one, but
No. So the history with it is some other company was doing it, some unknown company, and Brydge said no, this is our patent. It looks like our keyboard, and they sued them.
Okay.
And so I was excited to do it and to look into it. And then so I'm on the fence. I would love something like this, but the iOS, the iPad OS, accessibility mouse thing is not great. It's still, you could hook up any trackpad or mouse to the iPad now as long as it's Bluetooth, and it's still not great. I mean, it still doesn't move as smooth as obviously a Mac would.
Right.
The pointer doesn't look great. It's even with the smallest settings. So, I'm not sure if it's worth it until Apple kind of makes mouse support better for it. Did you try it? Did you play with it?
Yeah. Oh, I loved it. Yeah, the keyboard feels really nice. It's really easy to type on. The trackpad was great. I mean, it almost feels like the trackpad that I use on my Mac.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So it was.
You could get the Brydge obviously makes the keyboards without the trackpad for a little bit less. So
Right.
just deciding whether it's worth it. They make really nice products, so their keyboards are better than any other third party, even the Apple iPad keyboards, I think. But yeah, no, I'll test it out when it comes out, because I would love to have a trackpad on my iPad.
Yeah, and then Brydge don't want to leave everybody out. So those of you who have the keyboard, they've the not the Plus with the trackpad. They're actually going to sell a trackpad, and it's a smaller size trackpad. We have a link there in the show notes as well. It's for the iPad. It's an iOS app, iPad OS only trackpad, and it's designed just for that. It's got it's glass with the glass trackpad with the multi-touch engine. Same type of battery life, and you could set it next to your Brydge keyboard that you already have, and take advantage of having the mouse as well. Seems like they're doing a lot more mouse and touchpad type of technologies for the iPad.
Yeah, and I think that's good. I think the more that these companies make these products, the more Apple will make the mouse support for it a lot better. As I said, it's still, to me, it's not great. I used to have, I sold it, but I had a Samsung tablet, and that does mouse support right off the gate, and it actually feels better. It feels like the pointer is pointing where it has to go. It works. The mouse works in all apps. Where I found the on the iPad, some apps don't use the mouse. Like if you open up TeamViewer, which is what I want to use it for, the mouse doesn't show up. So, as it gets mature, this is going to be huge. I think these kind of trackpads and the keyboard mouse combo could make the case that Apple's trying to make, that the iPad could replace your laptop. So I like the way it's going. I like where it's going.
Yeah, no, it's great. It is great. and definitely want to check them out. So uh, the other stuff that we have too is I wanted to mention as well, and just throw this in the show notes, is from Shure. I was very impressed to see Shure does products, and of course I love their products, and they're local to me here. They're based here in Chicago, so they're very cool. The headphones they came out with, their new line of Aonic wireless noise canceling headphones, and they're true wireless earphones. And that's what's unique about these. They have both headphones and earphones that they came out with. I was able to listen to them. Very, very good quality, very good quality sound. And they are not. They're going to probably be launching. They didn't give any specifics other than in the spring of 2020 is when they're anticipating them to be out. It's they're pretty cool. They're very cool. They're very small, wrap right around your ear, and the adjustable ear pods, the little what are you calling them? The earphones. You know, they have the different sizes for your ear. So that was pretty impressive. So
Good. They're 149.
no, those I got a bad link there. That's their old ones. These are going to start at about $249, and then their headphones are going to be about.
Do you get the free bottle of water?
No, you don't.
All right. I mean, they have good products. I had a pair a long time ago that I really.
Oh yeah, I had wired ones many years. I still have them actually. That have been were very good. So that was one of the other things that I saw. I did show. We also forgot to mention about the cameras for. You did a review of one of the dash cams, right?
Yeah, it was a GW series from what was it? Next Base. Next. I forget their name now. It was Next. I think it's Next Base. And
Next Base. That's it. Yep.
Yeah, that's it. And basically, they actually sent me. I had like a pile of them at one point. I had like 3 of them. So they sent one every year. They're a British company. And
yeah, they're up and coming.
Yeah, and the cameras are nice. So the last one they sent me had the LED actually built into it, which was kind of cool. So it's sort of like the Amazon has Amazon a car, was it they call it the car auto? They have an Alexa product for the car, basically. But this kind of does the same thing where it just goes through your Bluetooth of your car, and you could ask it to do anything the LED will do. And as far as the camera goes, it does everything the camera will do. It will, it's wireless, so it has Wi-Fi. So to get the recordings on and off, you could use Wi-Fi to get them off the camera. And luckily, I've never needed to have it. I haven't hit anything, and nothing hit me since they started sending me this stuff. But it's in my car, and I just use it. It turns on when you turn on the engine. So if anything happens, or if I see a UFO or aliens, I'll be ready with my my dash cam.
And does it work with iPhone or iPad at all, or are you able to transfer stuff?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's how it does. There's actually an app. Let's see if I have it on here. Yeah, it's called My Next Space, is what they call the app, and basically the app could control. Does a whole bunch of things, but you could see the videos that are on the camera. You could do the settings on there for the one with the LED on there. There's ways to kind of connect through them. So yeah, it's totally iOS iOS based. You could save your videos. I'm just looking here what else I could do, but there's an SOS where I guess if you're really in trouble, you open up your app and push that. So yeah, it's there, and I had to contact them a few times and I just remember them being super quick with offering support. So good
Yeah,
company.
they were really nice to us, and when we did our interviews with them, and their booth, I think, was like, from what I heard, this was like 2 or 3 times the size it was the year before. So they've really grown, and they got all new models out now. I put a link to their website to take a look at their products, but I was very impressed. Was there anything that you did?
British people are very nice, by the way. So, if they're
that's right.
British,
You did live there at one point, so you should know.
I did. They're nice. Actually, they're not as nice when you actually live there, but when you're a tourist and buying their electronics, they love you. So
that is true. So were you following any of the news while I was gone? And did anything that you saw off the top of your head? You think? Not to put you on the spot here, but
obviously the toilet paper robot was something everybody was talking about. Your list is pretty good, because a lot of the other people were talking more about some of the obviously some of the non iOS stuff, which is also out there too. But
of course,
yeah. But for the most part, it's there was nothing. I don't think there was anything crazy out there that we didn't expect. That at least that was reported that I heard of. But of course, if you were there, you might have something else to say about that.
well,
I told you. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No. The one podcast I listened to said there was a whole adults only area of.
Which I did not see.
You didn't see, but the way they were describing it was funny, because they weren't allowed at CES at one point, but now they allow them. But they only allow them if there's criteria, and the criteria is like nothing could resemble human kind of thing, and then it has to actually do something techie, and it can't be something. I'll bring up the list at some point, but the requirements for adult products to be at CES was pretty funny.
Yeah, crazy. There was a company that I found strange at once. At first, when I walked up to it, it's a company called Powerstation, and they had a booth that was set up that actually was raining on a drone, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of strange. What is going on here? Well, apparently they had a drone, and you saw the video, of course, like I posted it on social media, that actually can be out in the rain. And it can get wet because you aren't, normally you're not able to use a drone while it's raining, because, of course, it'll probably fry out and crash and burn at one point. So, but this one was actually from this company, and they came out with a way to protect the drone from the elements, and they literally had water like coming down like rain hitting this drone, and it can be navigated through the rain, which of course was controlled by your iPhone or even the joystick. I assume you saw that.
Yeah. I'm a big, not a big drone person, but I am.
And nor am I, and that's why I forgot to mention it.
But I do have a drone.
Well, of course you do. You have everything.
Well, I like the drone, and I actually. It is controlled with the iPhone, which is neat.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they're fun. This one I did see. I think it's coming out soon. I saw the pre-orders on one of the sales sites, so that one's close to coming out. So I personally don't have a desire to fly a drone in the rain. I wouldn't mind flying it in the snow, though, because I think that would kind of be cool. To see the ground and everything like that, but the rain maybe not so much.
Yeah, no, I mean, I mean, drones seem to be fun, but yeah, it's nothing too terrible.
Yeah, they're fun until they fly. I had the first one I got flew away on me and never came home. So they're fun until they fly away. I've gotten better since then. So
it crashed and burned on you, huh?
I don't even know where. Maybe it
you lost it. It's MIA.
Yeah,
it's MIA.
Yeah, it was supposed to come home, return to home, and it decided to run away. So there you go.
There was another product I just remembered that I spoke to the folks. It's called Clicker, CLCKR, and they are making little stands that can attach, just similar to how it attaches, like a pop socket attaches. And let me put the link here for you, Warren, here in the show notes, so you can take a look here. And this was a little. This company called Strax is. They make mobile device accessories. They came out with a product called ClickHer. It's an ultimate. It's a phone stand and grip that folds flat when not in use, which is great. So then now you can wirelessly charge it, and then it also doubles as a grip and also doubles as a stand. And they're cheap. They're $10 to $15. Similar costs like what the pop sockets are. Well, some of those pop sockets are a little expensive, I must say. But I know you just took a look at this, but it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, and it attaches right to your existing phone case, so it's pretty much
right.
It looks like a little kickstand, like a little leather portable kickstand, I guess, that just sticks on. So, yeah, my wife actually got a case. That she got a case that has this built-in this kind of thing, so she loves it too. So the case actually has this little thing that pulls out, and you can hold it and you could stand it up like that. So this is sort of the next step up, where you could put them on your nice cases. Very cool.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Yeah, love it.
Yeah. Let's go. We'll go ahead and move on from our CES coverage. If there's any other items there are a few items I did not mention. We can mention them at the next show because there's plenty of other things we could talk about that I can review. But I wanted to get a lot of all this stuff in place here so everybody could get a good experience of what happened at CES, at least in my eyes. So let's move on to a couple tips here. We have the first tip I put in here is, of course, you just got your AirPods Pro, right, Warren?
Yeah, but for Christmas I got them. So
yeah,
love them.
So I've learned how to. This is actually in an article we've got, I think, in the show notes, how you can actually check the batteries of your AirPods on your Apple Watch. So what you do is you find the actual Apple Watch's hidden battery screen, and the link in the show notes is how to get to that, and then it will go through and actually tell you what the battery levels of the pods are, and it brings it up and it's kind of ring and it'll tell you how much power is left. I don't know if you were aware of this.
I was not. That's good. So what do? You lift up?
It's the way you do it is you can just tap on the icon that says it gives you a special battery screen, and it'll actually show you the current battery level of the watch as well as a slider to switch to enable power reserve mode, and then it also lists the AirPods too.
Cool. Yeah, that's neat. I also found out you could ask the S lady how much power is in your watch.
Yes, you can do that too.
Or AirPods. Yeah, she'll tell you that too. So
yes, you can do that too, definitely. And then other thing I want to talk about a little bit is using notifications. Everybody's always using their notifications to notify you, to manage your messages, your all kinds of stuff. And I got a link to the support article that Apple provides. They actually tweeted this out this week, and to get people to better understand how to use notifications. I'm assuming you use these all the time, right? When in the lock screen and such, right?
Oh yeah. I love that, and then obviously do not disturb.
Right.
Turns that off, and then obviously not obviously, but if you get a notification and long press on the notification, you'll have some options of what to do with those two. Like you could, I think one says make it quieter or not as notification-y. kind of thing.
Yeah.
So so there's options there too. So I get asked a lot, basically between the phone and the watch. Um, because people get notifications on one or the other, and they get confused why they're getting it on this
Right.
and that. So it's a good article to look into and good tips to
Yeah.
look into.
Take a look at that. Using the notifications, it's important to be aware of them and how you do it. Okay, so I had one app, and we're going to wrap things up here. I'll give this a shout out to Allison Sheridan. She's the one that hooked me onto this. It's a program called Airtable, and you said you were not familiar with this, right?
Oh, I'm looking at the website now. It doesn't
So-
look like something I would need, but go ahead.
Yeah, what you can do is it actually, I had not created an account just as yet, but it allows you to be able to be a part spreadsheet, part database, and then you can flexibly organize your work by showing in progress what you're doing. It's got to-dos, that kind of stuff, but it puts it online so you can share it with other people. It's got a basic service where you can have the service for free, which is essential features. And there's an app as well as a website, and it's airtable.com. And it gives you records per base of 1,200, and how much data you can use is about 2 gigs. And their snapshot and revision history is about 2 weeks. So you're limited on some of the things what the free service does, but they have a plus and a pro version as well, $10 and $20 a month. So it all depends on what you need, but it's all online, which is cool, and it definitely makes quite a difference when it comes to keeping things organized. And she told me about this, and I thought this is a great thing. So, have you come across any apps lately you've been using?
I thought about it before I came on the show. It's been pretty
been
quiet. Yeah, as far as
App
apps
quiet.
goes.
Yeah, no problem.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap things up here. I think we had a great show this week, and hope you enjoyed it. And we'll go ahead and wrap things up here. And that was a wrap for this week. Please send your comments, questions, and suggestions to our email address, feedback@intouchwithios.com. You can follow us on Twitter @intouchwithios, or you can subscribe in your favorite podcatcher, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, and you could just listen to us in most places here. So, or even better yet, why don't you just go to our website, intouchwithios.com, where all the links to all the ways to listen to us are there. I am Dave Ginsburg, and you can find me on Twitter @DaveG65. Warren, thanks for joining us. Warren, where can we find you?
Usual place I hang out is in a Facebook group called Mac to the Future, which is just a technology-based group that focuses more on Apple stuff than other things. I am on Twitter @WSclar. I don't do much, and otherwise, just find me here when we do our nice recordings on In Touch with iOS. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm pleased you're here. You're a great co-host, and we appreciate it. And we're having a lot of fun. And make sure you come and join us again soon, and we'll talk to you next time.
See ya.